Can you believe that a single bark from a military working dog could rip a hole through a $400 million cocaine pipeline, a secret supply chain operated by one of the most ruthless cartels in the Caribbean? The story I am about to tell you is not a fictional tale of a massive drug bust. It is a chilling, true account of a geopolitical standoff and a canine hero that turned the tide against narco-terrorists. This is the classified operation the cartels never wanted you to hear about. The moment a United States Navy vessel faced a dilemma that risked an international incident. At 13:15, January 27, 2025, in a critical maritime interdiction zone in the southern Caribbean Sea, the Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer, the USS Farragut, pronounced DDG-99, was positioned. The mission: to enforce drug interdiction efforts against the rising tide of Venezuelan narco trafficking. The commanding officer, Captain Elena Rodriguez, a veteran of anti-drug operations, meticulously monitored her screens. She knew this was no routine patrol. This was a direct, dangerous confrontation with the Cartel of the Suns, a criminal network that operates with impunity. At 14:03, a signal flared in the Combat Information Center, pronounced CIC. The asset, a small, unmarked high-speed vessel, was detected 75 nautical miles away, moving erratically. Preliminary intelligence suggested this was a mothership carrying a massive shipment of illegal narcotics. This was the moment of truth. The fate of countless American lives depended on the next few hours. 14:05. Pursuit engagement. Captain, visual confirmation on the target. It's a heavily modified fishing trawler flying a Venezuelan flag. She's moving fast, clearly trying to outrun us, a tactical officer reported, his voice tight. Captain Rodriguez took a slow, deliberate breath. She understood, with absolute clarity, the gravity of this situation. Interdicting a ship flying a sovereign flag, regardless of its cargo, was a diplomatic time bomb. Yet, allowing $400 million of cocaine to slip into the United States was a moral and security failure. The tension in the CIC was palpable, the silence broken only by the hum of electronics and the measured breathing of the crew, who knew the stakes were impossibly high. Initiate tactical deployment. The escalation of the Maritime standoff. At 14:20, only 17 minutes into the chase, the fishing trawler, later identified as La Sombra, the Spanish for the shadow, executed a sharp, sudden maneuver, crossing directly into waters claimed by a neighboring nation, creating a legal and tactical dead zone. This act was calculated, a brazen attempt to exploit international maritime law. She's daring us, Captain. We lose operational jurisdiction if we follow, but we lose the target if we stop. The officer's voice held the raw frustration of military impotence. The entire CIC plunged into a terrifying silence. Captain Rodriguez faced an impossible choice, a classic no-win scenario dictated by geopolitical boundaries. She ordered the DDG-99 to maintain its position just outside the disputed boundary, establishing a clear line in the water. She then deployed a smaller, faster RIB, rigid inflatable boat, team for an overwatch and intelligence-gathering mission, emphasizing discretion. The critical element now was indisputable evidence. They needed a smoking gun, a piece of undeniable truth, to justify crossing that invisible line. 14:35. Boarding preparation. The RIB team, led by Lieutenant Marcus Cole, a young, determined officer with a reputation for unconventional tactics, closed the distance. Lieutenant Cole felt the responsibility weighing heavily, knowing his actions were under intense scrutiny. With him was their most crucial asset, K9 Major, a highly trained German shepherd whose nose was sharper than any radar. Major, strapped securely but restlessly into the boat, was already exhibiting unusual agitation, his senses detecting subtle, worrying anomalies invisible to the human crew. Mission objective secured. Major's critical interdiction. Lieutenant Cole's team carefully maneuvered alongside the trawler. They had absolutely no legal authority to board without explicit consent, a fact well known to the experienced smugglers. But Major, despite the roaring engines, the choppy waves, and the constant threat of a firefight, began to show immediate, intense agitation. His head darted up, his ears rotated, and his body tensed, overriding his handler's attempts to calm him, demonstrating a clear break in normal operational behavior. He didn't just whine. He let out a short, powerful, almost visceral warning bark. a sound that carried the raw edge of conviction and urgency. The bark was focused intently on a suspiciously clean and concealed hatch near the stern of the trawler. His action was so pronounced and unmistakable that Lieutenant Cole immediately knew the truth. This was a definitive, unequivocal alert. The crew of the trawler watched this canine intervention with a mixture of fear and bravado, knowing the dog was their weakest link in a psychological battle. "Captain, this is Cole. My K9 has given a clear, positive alert on the stern section. The narcotics are confirmed to be present, and they are likely heavily concealed." Cole's voice was sharp, cutting through the static, filled with the certainty only a dog's instinct could provide. This single, urgent bark became the unconventional piece of evidence that Captain Rodriguez needed, a living, breathing affidavit of illegal cargo and criminal intent. It was a proof of concept for the entire naval operation, validating the use of K9 assets over solely electronic intelligence alone. The crushing weight of the international dilemma momentarily lifted, replaced by the absolute clarity of purpose. 1440, decision point. Captain Rodriguez made the only choice a true officer of the line, dedicated to national security, could make. We have clear, actionable evidence of illegal activity targeting the U.S. This is a matter of self-defense. Prepare to execute tactical boarding protocol green. Deploy the full boarding team and secure the vessel. Her voice, though calm, was like unyielding steel, signaling the finality of her decision. The DDG-99 surged forward, crossing the disputed line, ready to face the diplomatic fallout for the sake of the mission and the lives it would protect. Post-interdiction analysis. The $400 million cargo. The boarding team, moving with military precision and overwhelming force, secured the vessel despite minor resistance from the small, frightened crew. Major was the first specialized asset utilized for the extensive search. His initial alert was spot on, a powerful testament to the reliability of his instinct and training. He led the team directly to a false bottom beneath the stern hatch, revealing not just a few packages, but hundreds of meticulously wrapped, watertight bundles, sealed expertly for long-term ocean transport. The sight was overwhelming. Each package was clearly marked with a distinctive cartel logo, signifying the specific criminal organization responsible for this shipment. The discovery was mind-boggling, a haul far exceeding initial estimates. The total estimated haul was 1,000 kilograms of high-grade cocaine. At street value, that equated to a staggering $400 million, a crushing blow to the cartel's financial infrastructure and capability. This single bust represented months of planning and investment by the criminal enterprise now disrupted. Major, the unsung hero of the sea, simply sat beside the immense mountain of drugs, a picture of quiet professionalism, waiting patiently for his routine reward. A favorite worn toy and a deep scratch behind the ears. Uncovering enemy strategy. The cartel's psychological warfare. Weeks after the bust, U.S. intelligence conducted exhaustive debriefings with the captured crew. They uncovered a terrifying hidden threat that went far beyond standard smuggling tactics. The Venezuelan cartel, highly sophisticated and paranoid about U.S. naval surveillance, had started rigging their smuggling vessels with subtle psychological booby traps. Intelligence found that many cartel members were ordered to play low-frequency acoustic tones through hidden speakers during interdictions. Tones specifically engineered to induce psychological distress, nausea, severe headaches, and disorientation in human boarding teams, and specifically target the hypersensitive K9 units. These tones, which lay just above the infrasound range, were intended to cause confusion, fear, and a disastrous loss of focus, ultimately forcing the Navy to abandon pursuit and retreat in disarray. The Malinois instinct saved them. Major's intensive training and his own innate hypersensitivity allowed him to instantly cut through the psychological warfare. His frantic initial bark was not just an alert to the presence of the hidden drugs, it was a profound reaction to the invisible sonic attack meant to confuse him and the RIB team. He defeated the cartel's mind trick with pure, unadulterated biological instinct. The technology meant to paralyze the Navy actually authenticated the Navy's immediate need to act. Strategic impact assessment. The true cost of the cartel's defeat. The successful interdiction sent shockwaves through the global narcotics trade. It wasn't just the monetary loss, which was substantial. It was the public humiliation and the resulting exposure of the Venezuelan government's tacit involvement in the criminal network. This disruption threw the entire supply chain into chaos, forcing other criminal organizations to reevaluate their maritime strategies. The President of the United States later cited the operation as a key victory, crucial to protecting American lives from the deadly flow of illegal drugs. The incident served as a powerful intelligence asset, revealing the full depth of the corruption and criminal ingenuity. The operational lesson was clear. The strategy for survival in modern conflict often relies not on complex new missiles or advanced computer systems, but on the simplicity of fundamental assets that respond faithfully to instinct and truth. Final mission debrief. The K9 legacy and a commitment. Major's story, though classified in full detail due to the political and military implications, became an unofficial legend within the U.S. Navy, a symbol of unwavering success against unconventional warfare. He was later awarded the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal in a quiet, private ceremony, a testament to his unwavering loyalty and priceless instinct. His actions fundamentally redefined the essential role of military working dogs in sophisticated naval operations, proving their value far exceeds technology alone. Are you making a similar mistake in your life? Are you wasting time and squandering energy on complex, intricate problems when the secret truth lies in simplicity and instinct? Are you ignoring the simple, fundamental truths that could lead to your greatest breakthrough? I make this commitment. In your constant struggle for freedom, independence, and happiness, you are not alone. We will face and defeat these invisible fears that constantly pursue us. How will we achieve this? Firstly, awakening your self-healing ability and fighting despair by focusing intensely on real food, not pharmaceuticals. Secondly, overcoming the despair of loneliness by seeking deep, genuine connection with family and community. Thirdly, reversing disease and restoring your arteries by putting your faith in the immense power of lifestyle change. Fourthly, mastering the art of listening to your own instinct, your own inner K9 Major, to cut through the noise and confusion of modern life. Remember Major's story. He is a powerful, silent reminder that true power lies not in technology, but in intuition, profound sincerity, and courage. Do not let the rust accumulate in your life's essential systems. Take immediate action now. Final call to action, pronounced CTA. If you cherish the stories of silent heroes like Major, and want us to continue to uncover classified military secrets and inspirational survival stories, then hit the subscribe button and share this video to spread the compelling tale of unwavering loyalty and priceless instinct. We will see you in the next deep dive.